What's up, everyone? I got a little something to talk about. It's a check scam that I almost got wrapped up into, and it's kind of funny a little bit. Some of the stuff they were trying to pull on me, and it was for a supposed short film that they wanted to film here in Oklahoma City for like 7 days, and so they contacted me in like the normal way route, and I asked them a bunch of questions and like normal, and then they sent me a deal memo, and I filled that out and sent it in. Then they sent me like a 38-page script, short story. Terrible. I could barely even finish reading it. It was so bad. I don't even know who wrote it. It was, I'm not the greatest screenwriter or formatting, but the format in this was just horrendous. And so I was like, oh, getting a little suspicious. So I looked up their company, and the company is like, I'm going to be careful about saying names and things like that, but the production company is supposedly like from Vietnam, and they had like a reputable background and whatnot, and productions and everything. So I was like, okay, it seems legit and everything. So they said that they were going to do 2 or 3 days worth of pre-pro here in the city, and like go to locations and have meetings and script reading and all that kind of stuff. And but I kept asking them questions like, what cameras are you getting, and like, do you want me to DP it, or do you have a DP? What's going on? Like, they wouldn't answer any basic questions, so I was a little suspicious about all that. And finally, they said, well, no, you'll work with so-and-so, and these are your responsibilities. But they didn't say anybody's names that I could look up to see their background and whatnot. But they were like, well, okay, we'll give you some per diem for 2 days of pre-pro and whatnot, and we'll send you a check. So they sent me a check ahead of time, and it was all supposed to take place here in July. I've waited about a month just to kind of be sure about this. And so they sent me a check for $4,950. And so I was like, huh. And the company that it comes from, it's not from the production company. It's from America Homes for Rent in Vegas. Yeah, focus on that. And so I looked that up, and I was like, that's suspicious. Never in my 20 years in the business has I've ever gotten a check from somebody that wasn't part of the production, or it was from the production company, or wasn't from the production. But so there is something in Vegas where it's similar name that like does rental housing and stuff. And I know there's like some companies that work with production companies that do that stuff to house people and stuff. So I was like, I don't know. Still, never have I gotten a check from. I shouldn't be getting a check from some random company is the point and whatnot. So I played it off and said I was having problems depositing the check through my bank because, check this out. Let me get my note here. In their text messaging, they were very explicit that I would deposit the check through the ATM. That way I would have access to the funds immediately. And they wanted a receipt of the deposit. And I was thinking, I said, it shouldn't matter how I deposit, I'll get a receipt anyways. But they were adamant that I do it through the ATM. So that was like red flag city right there. I mean, that was like, yeah, strange. And so I asked them to send me a new check in my personal name, because I originally had them send it to my LLC. And they were like, okay, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. Never did it. For 2 weeks, I didn't hear from these people. So I was like, okay, it was a scam or whatnot. Out of nowhere, I get another check for $4,500. And it's from a perfume company in New York. And so I looked up the address, and that's under the company, and it's an abandoned building or a flat in New York, and it's for rent. So that was cracking me up. And the new amount was for $4,500. So that was hilarious. And I was out of town the week that it came, or the day that it came. So I told him I'd be back on Monday. And so, okay. As soon as Monday rolls around, not even 9 a.m., I'm getting text, hey, did you get the check? You need to deposit it. And, you need to get those funds. And I was like, sure, okay. And I'll get to it. And they were just like harassing me basically through text messages to deposit this check as quick as possible. They were like, ATM. They're like, oh, or you could even just take a picture of it and send it in, if that's available at your bank and whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't respond, and I didn't deposit the check, and I haven't heard from them ever since. So, yeah, and that's already been 3 weeks now that I still haven't heard back from them. So, and it's past the time frame of this supposed company to be filming and whatnot. So I reached out to 2 friends, one in California and one that was actually in Vegas, and I was like, have you heard of this company at all? Or have you ever dealt with anybody or this particular person? And I won't say his name, but his initials are CK. So just if you get some emails or text messages from somebody wanting you to work and their initials are CK, be aware. But so my buddy in Vegas, he looked up the company and he instantly pulled up something that I hadn't found, and it was a technology company with the exact same .com and spelt the exact same way and everything. And I was like, what is going on here? And so I went back and looked at the production company website, and so I don't know. I'm wondering if this scam is so darn elaborate that they're just stealing names from people that are out there and then using that as their cover. But it's just crazy they've gone to such lengths to make this happen. And whatnot. And then I also described everything to my production manager friend out in California, and she said, hell no, Flag City, don't deposit those checks. That's obviously a scam. And neither one of them had heard of this company at all or the person involved and whatnot. And another thing, speaking of CK, he called me from 3 different phones. One in Vegas, and then one in like Iowa or something. I have 2 different numbers with text messages, and 1 or 2, actually, 2 with phone calls, and whatnot from the Vegas area, and then 2 from Ohio with crazy text messages, 2 different ones. And he was like, haha, my phone's not working, so I'm using this one now. So I'm like, okay, this is just ridiculous. So the point is, there's some check scammers going around. What they do is they ask you to put the money in the bank, and then when they'll be like, you know what, something to the effect of, we've given you too much, can you send some of that back? And so you send some back, and then you're on the hook to the bank and whatnot, and that's all the fraud stuff going on. And so I've taken it upon myself to report them to the FTC and whatnot, and did a detailed description of everything. And so just filmmakers, be aware that there's somebody out there trying to get you to do fake productions and whatnot, and just watch your back. So anyways, that's all I got on that. I don't know if I should frame these or whatnot, but it'd be kind of funny to, I don't know what to do with them, actually. Probably just trash them, but all right. I guess that's all I got. And if you have any personal questions about it, you can text me or email me directly and ask, and I'll give you the details of who and what and whatever. But anyways, that's all for now, and I'll catch up with you later.